Portuguese wines have been so much part of the renaissance in Irish wine culture in the last 2 decades. 20, 30 years ago, people weren't drinking that much wine. Now everyone's drinking wine. Good. 20 years ago, certainly people weren't drinking much Portuguese wine. And then with the advent of a couple of very motivated importers, but also a resurgence in people going on holidays and people wanting really good quality wine when they come back and not wanting to have to pay too much money, Portuguese wines have become much more prevalent, much more available, and the quality has also increased. Now that's largely due to a lot of changes in Portuguese wineries themselves. I mean, a lot of European funding to actually increase the quality. Come on, chaps, that can't not make a bit better. So the impetus has been with them as well. One of the regions that has been at the forefront of Portugal's resurgence is the Alentejo region, which is in the south and to the east of the country. If you can imagine, well, you can. Well, there's the coast on the west, and the east is not the coast, and that's where, up against the Spanish border, the Alentejo is. And I think, interestingly, in 3 different parts of the Alentejo, north and south are mountainous, and that's where the vines are, or much hillier, and in between is almost like desert, and that's where a lot of the cork trees come from for Portugal's cork production. This is from the mountainous bits, and actually it's from quite mountainous bits, between 300 and 500 metres above sea level, and this is one of the wineries of the excellent João M. Barbosa. Now he has wineries across Portugal, but mostly in this place, in the Alentejo, and then he has another one which is further north and slightly west in the Tejo region, which the area used to be called Ribatejo, if you remember that. This has got the most beautiful labels. Golly, it's like one of those MC Escher things, 3 on the top, 2 on the bottom. Brilliant. Your kids will look at this for hours if you have that luxury. It's a beautiful label, but the wine inside is absolutely stunning. And what is almost arresting about it is that it's not very thick and powerful. It's rich, it's concentrated, but that's the flavours. The texture is really fine. So fine-grained tannins. Because of the altitude and because he picks in cooler climates or cooler subclimates, he had a wonderful freshness to the wine as well. It's a hotchpotch of 4 grape varieties, kind of typical things of Touriga Nacional, Trincadeira, Aragones, which is Tempranillo, and another grape variety that's become very, very popular in the Alentejo, which is the hybrid crossing of Alicante Bouchette, which is a Centurier grape variety. It's got red skin and it's got red flesh as well, which is kind of, who cares? Pub quiz question about wines. It's really beautiful. It's very, very good with lots of dried meats, roast meats, grills, that sort of thing, but it's smooth enough and fresh enough that you'll be able to have it on its own. Bit of spice, a little bit of barrel presence, I think, but not too much. And the spice isn't sweet vanilla-y, it's more savoury, and the guy says on the back of the label, a little bit coconutty, and you think, oh, that's nonsense. You try it, you think, oh my goodness, it almost is a little bit of coconut there too. And I really like it and hope that you do too.